Hello tarot friends. Today on the channel we've got the Lo Scarabeo Museum Quality Sola Busca Tarot. This released at the end of summer in 2019, and it took me a little while, but I finally got a copy in. So I don't know much about the artwork. I've only seen images of a few of these cards. I know just a little bit about the history behind it. So this will be a new experience for me, and I'm excited to have you all along for the ride. As usual, I apologize for any background noise. My two dogs are somewhere in the house, so if they get a little crazy, I may have to cut this. So I apologize in advance for any of those jump cuts. But let's take a look and see what we've got in here. My handy dandy letter opener. There's the shrimp wrap off. There's the front and the back. A couple different languages for the blurb. A few card images at the bottom. Tap's got Sola Busca on it as well. And let's see, what have we got? It looks like we've got a box with a ribbon in it. I believe this is the guidebook on top. Yep, it is. Oh, this is fun. So I'm not going to be able to read much about these cards. Oh, here we go. I was wrong. They do have it in English. There's probably a couple different languages then that this is in. So let's take a look and see what we've got. Yep. We have little write-ups in English, Italian, Spanish, French, Portuguese. I believe that's Russian. So that's cool. No German. That's too bad. That's a language that I can actually read. I can read a little bit of Spanish, not very much French, and I'm pretty much lost on the others, but we've got a few pages of explanation in English. Anyway, enough about the book. Let's take a look at the cards. These are also shrink wrapped, so I'm going to set the box aside so I have a little bit more workspace. Try not to stab the cards themselves. Probably should have brought my pet knife up here to do this. Oh well. We're in too deep now, guys. If I recall correctly, this is the earliest complete 78 card tarot deck, and certainly the earliest that has fully illustrated minors. This is a title card. Pretty cool cracklebacks. Cardstock is honestly not particularly awesome. I think there's only one title card in here. Other than what's in the book, there doesn't seem to be a guide as to what all the majors and minors actually are, so I'm going to do my best, because I'm not going to try to have this open while I go through it. I don't believe that these correspond exactly to traditional majors, like the Fool, Magician, Priestess, or Papist. Really cool image, though. This does look a bit like a Fool card. I love the, looks like a crow there. Glossy finish on it. As I said, the cardstock, this doesn't really feel all that great, but really just feels like lightly reinforced cardboard. So this is probably not going to stand up to real heavy wear, although I don't do riffle shuffling with most of my decks anymore. I should probably just go through the cards instead of rambling while staring at one. I apologize for that. These guys with their shields are pretty cool. If anybody knows Latin and wants to translate that for me in the comments, that would be awesome. That looks like an uncomfortable seat. I'm going to guess he's not an emperor. This looks like it is similar to a chariot card. It is number 7. Well, that's an unpleasant image. If I had to guess, I would say this harkens back to the slaughter of the innocents in the Bible when Herod was trying to find and kill the baby Jesus. All I can think of when I see Falco is the late Austrian pop star, famous for Rock Me Amadeus, at least in the US. And that's the song he was famous for. Try to center these more. Looks like the card we would normally think of as the Hermit, or most similar to the Hermit, is card 12. Ooh, that's painful. Some of these cards are quite violent. That's not something I was expecting, although for $14.99, I suppose it's not entirely unheard of. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a griffin. These aren't glaring too badly. I'm trying to view it from different angles. This looks a bit like it'd be similar to a tower card with the collapsing pillar here. And I believe that says Nebuchadnezzar. I don't know if that's Latin or Old Italian, but that should be the majors. So we should be into the pips now. And I don't really know what the difference is between these two cards. They both look like aces, so this might be... yeah, I'm really not sure. We may have had a couple out of order. I don't really see any numbers on them. And I've kind of lost count of where we're at. That's a kind of cool card. I'm going to guess this is a page. Or valet. And a knight. And a queen. Probably a king. And this I will presume is the suit of coins. This looks very similar to the Eight of Pentacles in the Rider Waite cards. The thinking is that these had quite a bit of influence on Pamela Colman-Smith. She probably saw black and white versions of this deck in a museum in Britain, I think the British Museum, and probably took inspiration from them. This is a really striking card with the skull and crossbones. Into the court for coins. I think Elena might be Helen. I don't know if this is a representation of Helen of Troy. Pax, I believe, is peace. I believe we're into batons or wands. this may have been the inspiration for the Three of Swords. And this has a number on it too. That's handy. I guess some of these are numbered. Looks like lion faces on the throne here. Very pretty. And here we are into swords. Oh. That's a very cool card. So I guess this is the inspiration for the Three of Swords as we know it today. Very cool. What a neat card. Another famous image. Ten of Swords in this suit. Very much looks like the Ten of Wands in the Rider Waite Colman-Smith. And now we're into the court. Very cool. Wonder what he's actually going to be swinging at. He almost looks like he's on a giraffe instead of a horse. These long legs and the sloping body. And finally there's the King of Swords. I love these creatures in the background again. Alright. So that's the unboxing and a initial walkthrough of the Sola Busca Tarot. My first impressions are that it is a beautiful deck. I don't know how much information on it will be contained in here. I haven't the faintest idea how one would read with it. But it certainly is very nice to look at, so this is a cool deck to have in the collection. So if you've got this deck, or if you've read with these cards, let me know in the comments what you think about it, how you think it reads. There are other editions that are out there. Most of the ones that I've seen are extremely expensive. This one is still available at a pretty reasonable price. It's around $40 US, give or take, depending on where you purchase it from. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if I have additional thoughts on it, I will amend the video or the description, and I look forward to seeing you all again. Have a great day.